Hey and welcome, this is Don Kryptonium. Welcome to my channel that is all about love, positivity, happy and crypto. If you like crypto and happy, please make sure to like this video. But this part is serious, really like this video and share some love in the comments. Happy. Today we are going to discuss about community-driven chain, about Cosmos ecosystem, about chains that raise a lot of money from investors. We are going to see benefits. Is it good if the chain didn't raise any money? Does it make the chain better? What are the positive sides, negative sides? And this is based on this tweet that I learned. It's probably a joke. I took it a little bit serious, as probably most of the people who are here. I should take it very serious. So this is why it will be focused on the Juno. But remember, this is not related to Juno, but this is also related to other chains that deploy in the similar manner. And we are going to learn if it was really community owned. So Juno, community owned, and at least few similar protocols, right? Aptos, Solana, ADA, Ethereum largest protocol, and it shows how much money they raised from the private investors, right? So starting with Aptos, they raised $350 million, and in exchange, the investor own a big equity in the Aptos, which means a lot of Aptos tokens. Similar in Solana, I actually think Solana total raised more. ADA 67 million, Ethereum 18.5 million. You need to know it was different times. Cosmos raised 17, I believe, in the ICO. And Juno raised $0, the only one true community-owned chain. Or is it? Okay, so well, let's speak of this, because there is some serious problem. But remember, happy with the Juno. So why? Sometimes it might be the problem. You see, the venture capital is, it might be the issue in a lot of chains. You know, we could see Aptos. When the money is raised, the investors usually get much better deal than later on the retail can get. And you know, I think Aptos wasn't actually the great deal. But for example, we could see the UME. I was speaking about UME recently, so I'm just thinking, you know, an UME price you can see is quite low. It started really high not that long ago, and it's down 98%. The private investors got really great deal, and as the unlock period started, you know, they were dumping tokens, and now, you know, the chain is on that $15 million market cap, and some would say, hey, it's really troublesome. But on the other side, UME has $38 million in cash, which is more than double what the chain is worth now. Even if the chain really struggles a lot, the UME has enough money to sustain for quite a few years from now and try to develop. And with that, it's not strictly related to the token performance, because they can acquire talent and they can pay people who developed in UME in US dollars or stablecoin, whatever they want, instead of UME tokens, for example. Because you need to know, if example of Juno, right? Juno raised $0, and it worked great in the bull market, and I wish I would see this back then, and I wish I would speak about this back then, right? Like, maybe I was stupid too. And Juno had community pool of $500 million at this point, and everyone benefited heavy from this, except the community, truly. And I'm really sad to say that, but there was developer fund, validators benefited heavily from this. Friends of the core one benefited a lot, but a lot of community members that came after Genesis, a lot of new validators actually struggled of getting help. And this is simply the fact that will be difficult to decline. Maybe I will be able to give you facts, but let's focus why this is the problem, not ability to raise money. I'm going to go to Juno. As I said, another chain. Juno is at 140 right now, and people don't realize what the price is going down. In fact, it went down less from the all-time high than UME, right? So we could say maybe some part of the community was affected less over here. But here is the problem, because Juno had really heavy incentives for it had the let's go to the validators here. It had very high staking rewards, and a lot of the people were benefiting. A lot of validators were benefiting from this extreme high staking rewards. There was developer fund, and everyone was paid from this. So as there was bull market and there was hype and there was really high buying pressure happening, the Juno was doing amazing. It was insane. But once the rhetoric shifts, you start getting higher selling pressure. People don't want to buy it anymore, but you still incentivize with heavy staking rewards, and you pay to developers in the token. And this is sort of the death spiral that we're facing here right now, because Juno, to sustain, still have to pay developers. As some projects can pay in other tokens or currencies to not affect the token price, Juno exactly have $0 in their treasuries to fund the development. So Juno is forced to fund the development with its own token. What it means Juno is forced to liquidate its community in order to pay for development. As long as it's happening, the token price is going to go down unless you attract buying pressure, right? So the people who are liquidated are actually community, validators selling rewards. It's hard to say they are being liquidated. You could actually see a lot of these high staking rewards were sold, which is fine, and there was a lot of benefits. I believe that a lot of people got incentives. Many people were doing because, like, when I joined Juno, people told me there is no funds. You can't make money on Juno, and this is why I was making content, because I was thinking, like, no one making money on Juno, I'm making content, I'm happy. Later I learned that people who were contributing less were actually receiving support from insiders, by delegations, some grants and stuff like this. I simply was naive. I didn't know, right? But there was drainage of funds happening. And even recently I questioned this prop, why I'm against on the prop 89 of Cosmos. As the bear market shifts, there is a lot of scrapping for money for those people who were making money and suddenly they make less. And I know this Cosmic Validator, for example, was receiving support from Dimi, they get big delegations on Juno from Dimi, and it happens to many friendly validators, And I questioned Dimi, like, I'm the biggest creator, I never received any Juno. Maybe I came too late, I did not receive really delegations from big validators. I have not received the help from the core one, nor developer fund, no nothing. And this is the case for many of these small validators that came later. As you can see, CoinHall struggling at the very bottom, A41, Stake Frights on the very bottom, Stake Relax Validator on the very bottom, Cosmos Spaces, Cosmos Pag. I'm actually doing quite good because I got big help from Jacob. Many people think I'm now in the Jacob pocket, so I'm doing quite okay here. But when you go to top 50, it's almost exclusive of the circle of the friends of people involved in Genesis. Made in Block, for example, this is company of Dimi also. I believe, I remember some time ago, Dimi closed his node, tweeting that he wants others to give a chance. It seems it was simply restructuring, false rhetoric, right? So I want to say to the core one and all the core developers and people who are, claiming its community but draining funds, if you will not change, if you will not start listening to me and other community members, you will go to zero. You will really go to zero. You've been ignoring community for past year and keep claiming it's community, and you still in denial. So denial is so big that when I said to Dimi, like, I never received support, Dimi said, you received support. I have not. That's in how big denial they are. The community is simply the people who are supporting their mindset. So, do you think it can sustain without the funding? I don't really think it will be able to sustain. And you need to really change some policies. And I think it's really time to change it to truly community on chain. Also, like, you need to know, it's the price performance. It's not fully just because of the selling. Like, it's also market conditions, right? Like, I'm not gonna pretend, stars absolutely harassed here. Like, massive dumping of the airdrop before, that's simply the fact. Similarly down as Juno, right? You see, like, the airdrop was huge incentives, massive dumping. So this is big part. Stars has some actually cash in the bank deposits. So, like, but there is still concerns, because Juno literally doesn't have dollars, and it relies on the commitment of the people. Now, sometimes the technology might protect itself. You build the great apps, but to be honest, like, Juno 50 apps, we can actually see. But if you look at the applications also, Loop Finance, platform, incentivized with $1.5 million, didn't really deliver fully what was promised, over-sponsored, and many of these others. But you can see most of these applications on Juno are actually DAOs. They are not really, they are not technology like that try to have real-world utility. And I'm seeing, like, the utility would be like, this is some random example, API Y3, example of compute, something that Akash is doing. So it will be really hard to sustain when main ecosystem is just simply having DAOs. You need a little bit more. You need to be on the forefront of the innovation, and maybe Juno developers should be looking of what is on the forefront. Storage, compute, maybe DeFi. It's hard to do DeFi because DeFi is on, like, massive decline as of now. So yeah, I'm just saying it will be truly difficult because Juno does not have the applications that have real world utility. And this is massive issues with all of the protocols, actually a lot of protocols. And the problem is you liquidate your community every single day. I tried to speak about this. Of course, I was cancelled. I'm doing better now because, the truth is always coming. Here is the first thing. I need to see it. Like, wait, it doesn't work. So this is something I would highly support. This is much better than Juno Communications subDAO. Why they remove that? I need to go Commonwealth. Let me go Commonwealth Juno. Sorry. Happy, love, positivity. We go up. GMI. Juno Commonwealth. Okay, did they remove this sauce subDAO, or is just my website here? Maybe I need to make the website smaller. Juno Sauce subDAO. So this is the best subDAO and initiative of truly community. I realized how Juno insiders are simply delusional and don't see community. They didn't see the Joe initiative, and this is done by the newcomers. RegV, Mimer, and Foodmaster. I want to be part of this. Rect News is the part of this. I think we should expand zero funding, and this is finally, instead of trying to spread the happy propaganda, good chain, welcome community, this is actually trying to do memes and be fun. High support. This is vote yes, especially it comes at zero funding, because some people simply are actually community, and some people are just like smell of dollars, okay, or rather Juno tokens. That later will be changed of dollars. So remember, the fact that something raised, I don't like Aptos, I don't like Solana, I don't like ADA, Ethereum, it's okay, but like I think it's good to have dollar reserves, and you don't have to raise the money from investors, but it should be planned, and it was mismanagement. Juno could simply leave after this bull run with $50 million. You need to know the community pool now is like around $30 million, and it's substantially less if it needs to continue liquidating the pool. With that, hate me in the comments, like this video. Remember, happy, I'm dropping the love bombs for you. Till the next time, much love. Don Kryptoniums out.